Hello there, this is Cookies. I've got turn 11 of EA Cities. I'm coming back to re-record this one from pretty far in the future because it was about a 7-minute video that probably could have been, 3 or 4 minutes. So just to kind of cut out some of the idle talk, I'm gonna go ahead and go through this one again. So we got some disease here in Packwoods. We got a Skull Mentor, which is fantastic for bumping our early research. We lost some province income to corruption in caves that had virtually no income to start with, so that's fine. And then we had 2 expansion fights, so let's go ahead and check those out. We have the Packwoods, where we had some cavemen off to the side to try and distract archers, and they went for the lizards anyways, and the cavemen still routed. So, and one of them did get off the field. I went ahead and checked that when I was rewatching the earlier video. So, and then here in Dry Fields, we have 2 groups. And then we've got a number of Deer Tribe. So Deer Tribe can definitely be pretty tough. They can cause a lot of attrition. Smaller Citus parties in my expansion testing, they'd run all the way up, maybe make contact, and then they would rout. And you'd take arrow fire the whole way both ways, and it was really bad. And even in this, making contact and winning still cost us almost 20% casualties, which is pretty bad. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and we're wrapping up expansion. So I think I'll probably cover the same topics I covered in the previous recording, but I'll just try to do them a little bit faster. So to kind of summarize expansion, we should be able to get this. We're sending 2 parties, so unless Yomi plans a very large bump with us, we should be able to get this one. This one's notable because it's Atavi. So if it stays as the Atavi indie pop type, then that'll give us our first scouts of the game, because the Atavi commanders are stealthy. So we never did get any recruitable scouts, which is highly unfortunate. Another thing to note is this province has death scales with 2 of my candles in it. So this is likely a disease site. And it looks like the disease is spreading. And additionally, we have a diseased trooper, which isn't completely conclusive, but strongly indicates there's a disease site there. You can see just about everywhere else has my gross scale. So, so in terms of expansion, how did it go? Not great. I would call it not good. So we set a very good border with Calum, but to set this border, we ended up sacrificing both of these borders. And I think in net, both of these borders might have been more important. We were just scared of the hard Jaguar tribe and the hard Caveman province. And so we just took the easiest expansion we could. And I mean, all 3 of these are great. Unfortunately, I think they're, including the capital and these 3 provinces, what's that, 306? It might be like 700 out of my 830 income. So, so the income is worrying. I think in all of my expansion testing, I did like 12 expansion tests because I was trying out different pretenders. I was always able to start 2 forts by this point in the game. Where are we? Like turn 11. I always had 2 forts going, often finished by turn 13. In this game, I've only got 1 fort finished. I just haven't had the money. And in some of the expansion testing, I even had as many as 3 forts. I just couldn't produce out of all of them, which is why I opted for a 2 fort expansion strategy. But yeah, this one's been fairly restrictive. And in terms of the quality of the provinces, so these 3 are excellent. This one's good for EA. 54 income is solid. I'd probably call this average, and then these three are good. This one's also average. This one's really bad. This one's probably below average, really bad, and really bad. So the quality of our provinces isn't great. So we really need to focus our defense on this corner. Additionally, we're in our region, especially going north, is probably a region that's very gem rich but income poor. I think when you're starting a game, generally speaking, I think you want to be in an income rich area, and then you want to invade a gem rich area before those gems come online. So I think we're an excellent first war target for many people. I think we're, let's see, we're sending a message. Yeah. So this is our recruitment. We're finishing up this guy. So I think we're a good first war target, probably for TNN, probably for Merverni, and probably for Yomi. I also think we'd make a good one for the birds, but we did manage to secure that nap with them. So looking at all four enemies, potential enemies, I think they all have a good matchup with us, which is unfortunate because it'll definitely make it harder to get naps with people, especially because our expansion wasn't like ripping hot. We didn't look strong coming out of expansion, even though from an income perspective we finished our expansion pretty early just by getting probably these four in a way, because we weren't able to get to these. We lost the bump for 168. So yeah, I think I'm starting to drag on again, but yeah, so hopefully that explains things a little bit better. And let me just double check to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, and so we did get we're going to get 3 border provinces, it looks like. And I think based on the geography, where we can't really get at these two. So there was 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We probably wanted to get 6 of those to make up for this one. Or we needed to bid on some of the mercs, like the Reavers, like steal one of the Pelagia mercs. And yeah. And we're going to end up with like 3, which is about half of where we should be. So we're going to be at a definite disadvantage going into our first war because our expansion went poorly. And we'll have to see how that goes for us. So hope you have a good one, and I'll see you next time. And I'll see you in turn 12. Have a good one.